Hey everybody, so Cindy's back.
Hi.
Yay. So today we thought we would talk about reincarnation, past lives, that kind of subject.
Any
subject?
Yes, because a lot of people are like intrigued by the idea, but they're not sure.
I feel like it's pretty controversial. A lot of people do believe in it, but a lot of people don't.
Yeah, I believe in it personally because I've had experience with it, so. Because, I mean, I've had my experiences where I was little and actually had dreams, like really vivid dreams. I mean, when you're a kid, you have dreams that you don't even remember, but I think it's the dreams that you remember that stick to you. Those are the ones I think that have meaning to it. And so I had a dream when I was little about me being an African-American slave. And for a long time, not for a long time, a huge chunk of my childhood, I would have these dreams, and it would just be people I've never even seen in my life, which of course I never dream about anybody I really know. But like, I would see these people, and it was always in black and white, my dreams were. These dreams in particular. Every other dream I have, or every dream I should say, is in color. But these dreams in particular were like old, kind of like old black and white movies, and I was a slave, and I personally think I was a slave, like an African-American slave, because first of all, I love freedom. I don't know why I love freedom, I just do. And another thing I like is and I think I was a female in my past life because I'm all about women's rights. I love women, and I like any woman gets treated wrongly, I'm like, oh. And I think if reincarnation is true, I think you bring these qualities that you have personally into your next life that are strong traits, and that you're supposed to learn something from your past life that you're going to bring over. And sometimes I think if you do bad things, you're going to suffer in your next life. So that's why I started being good these last couple of years. So, you know.
You're like, just in case.
Just in case it actually happens. And I'm like, I hope I don't turn it. I love trees, don't get me wrong, but I'm like, how boring it would be, because they live such a long period of time, just to stay in one spot, to be grounded in one spot. Like me, of course, I'm like, let's go places and, you know, do things. To be a tree would kind of be boring, because you'd see life pass you by while you're still standing still. You know, and you get bird shit on you and birds making nests in you, like, no thanks.
Yeah. Well, I hope I don't become a leech in the next life. Or like a slug.
I know. I always wonder.
A mosquito.
Yeah. I wonder what, like, if people actually remember, like, what they were in their past life.
Or what if people have, like, dreams like you did, but as, like, an animal or a tree. Like, I just had a dream where I was tree, and I just sat there through my whole dream.
And the reason why I feel this way, it's not because I had a dream and automatically, like, someone told me and I told somebody that dream. For a long time I kept that dream to myself, and I was like, I'm not sharing this dream to anybody, but I feel strongly that I was this person. Like, I was this person in this life, and I'm just like, no one told me like to think of it or have an influence on my thoughts, or I just felt that way. And I think intuition is like, you should always trust your intuition and what your, you know, what your mind tells you. Like my sister, she's like, I don't know, she personally told me she's living like her 6th, 7th life, and she was a man, and she was in the Civil War. She was a maid for one period of her time, and then one time she was an Egyptian royalty. But I mean, she can go off for like what she was, you know. So talking to her, I'm like, well, maybe I'm not crazy. You think you did?
I have no idea. I've never had like dreams or a gut feeling.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that I haven't lived other lives, if so. But the way I was raised, I never thought about it, because the way I was raised was, there's no such thing as past lives.
Yeah.
Like, billions and billions of people who have lived on this earth, and you know how, like, some religions are like, oh, only so many people can get into heaven. Well, it's like I told you the other day, like,
I've been in an airplane, and I'm like, where is heaven?
But like, it would make sense if, like, I've lived if like one soul has lived 10 different lives.
Yeah.
So like 10 different people are actually one soul. So what if there's only like, what if really there's only like 1 million souls ever created, but they've all lived like 50 lives?
You know what is really weird? Like, I think, because my sister, I don't know, my sister, she's something else, but she thinks personally we are from witch descendants. So it's like maybe like, because, you know, like voodoo and all the other kind of stuff. I've always been intrigued by voodoo. But it's not actually evil. Voodoo is not evil.
It's like your intention.
Yeah.
No different than anything else.
It's like healing, like, has healing things to it, which I think is cool, because I'm all about healing and
some of the people that did it for bad gave it a bad reputation.
Oh, or it's either those people who were not educated about it and are like, oh,
let's try it out, let's experiment, and then they don't know how to do it. It's kind of like Ouija boards, where people don't know how to open and close the doors to a Ouija board, and then like a bunch of shit happens.
Never even actually. I've been in the same room as the Ouija board, and I'm like, oh, let's do it, but no one ever does. Either we like go off something else, or we like get sidetracked. But it's like I've never had the whole experience with the Ouija board before.
I've never either.
Yeah, and I'm okay with not inviting people in. If they're not around, then they can just stay where they are. Because I already live an interesting life. I don't need any more interesting things.
It makes me wonder, like, what if the life before yours now, like, I mean, were you in the last life, I wonder? Or does, like, your soul stay in limbo until it's like, I'm going to be created now? Or is it like, I don't know much about past lives.
I think, personally, I've thought about this. I mean, I haven't spend like so much time and energy into thinking about it, but I think personally you attached yourself to something or someone, or like you just kind of like maybe like linger around, and then you like attach yourself to something and then you become them, kind of like you manifest something, kind of, you know. So I don't know, it's gonna be interesting. Hopefully I remember when I die, and then I'll be like, oh, I read a book about it, you know, like some
Hopefully you
people
remember that you were Cyndy in a past life.
Oh yeah, I'll never forget Cyndy. Maybe I was a man in other... Because my man, he's like, God, you were so manly sometimes. I'm like, well, you like my manly traits, so what does that say about you?
Was he a woman in a past life?
I don't think he was a woman in this past life. He's a bit of a mess. You know, no... Wasn't a maid, definitely in his past life.
A maid in a past life?
Yeah, he was not.
Oh, was not a maid.
Yeah, I know what he was not. You know what I always think? This is kind of weird and bizarre. I don't know if anybody else does this, but me. I always, like, if I see an ant and I'm like, like, it's annoying me, and yes, I kill bugs. I'm a murderer. Okay, so I kill bugs once in a while if they're just annoying and there's just too many of them, and they should be outside. Not all the time. Sometimes I'll pick a spider up and I'll put them outside. Well, actually, spiders I don't kill. We had a pet spider, Shane. He ended up killing him. I even named him, and he was cool. And because I'm not a huge fan of flies, and so he'd capture the flies, and I'm like, yes. Capturing the flies. And then I went in the bathroom one time and I'm like, oh, where's Wilbert? And he's like, oh, he died. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you killed him. I was like devastated. But anyways, bugs, like I'll kill them, and then I'm like, oh, they're going on another life. So I did them a favor. Ants are actually, I heard they're amazing creatures. Like, you get them all, they work as a team, which is really cool, I think. Because not many humans work as a team. I mean, they all work as a team. And they all like sniff, I don't know if they have sniffers. They're not sniffers. They're like
sniffer ants.
Whatever they are. And tentacles and stuff.
And tentacles. I'm not, that's a new word. I like it's like antennas and tentacles and tentacles.
Yeah. I'm not educated on the whole ant experience thing. But, well, I think, like, personally, what you value the most in your life, I think the strong characteristics of your life. I think that's what... was like had something to do with your past life that you had.
I really value originality and just doing what you like to do and being yourself and not letting people tell you what to do. So it's freedom. I
hate people telling me what to do.
But I like just doing what I want to do and not, you know, I don't want people to tell me to fit in because I don't really care to fit in.
Yeah. You're being rebellious.
Yeah, rebellious.
Yeah, that's
My mom's like that too. That's what I value, just originality. But it's really hard to be original nowadays. Because what I think is original isn't really original to somebody else, but it's original to me. So the meaning...
Well, I think that's all that matters. As long as it's original to you. Oh, I'll love something, and I'm like, oh my gosh, nobody knows about this. And then sure enough, somebody knows about it. And I was like, what the hell? That it was my amazing idea, but no.
Yeah. But I'm curious to see, because I really want to have a past life reading, just to see.
Yeah.
Because it's fun, even if you don't believe in it, it's fun to just try it and just to see what someone reads from you. Because just because you don't know doesn't mean it's not true, or that it doesn't exist just because you don't understand it.
Yeah, that's true.
So
I think if you feel strongly about something, I don't care who believes it, as long as you have like that strong feeling, you know?
Because there's so many people who are closed-minded because it doesn't make sense, or
they're scared of it.
Yeah, either you're scared because you don't understand it, or it's just the unknown. So you have to make logical sense of it, so you just chop it down to, oh, it doesn't exist, or it's demonic, or it's evil, when you just because you don't understand it, or because it just doesn't make sense in whatever you believe. I mean, that's why I'm open to it, because I don't know. Right. So who am I to say that something doesn't exist when I don't know for a fact?
I have friends that come from all different like beliefs and religions, and I mean different diversities of like friends who all don't even believe in the same. I think it would be crazy to have them all in the same room, but like it'd be really interesting. One of these days I'll have like a party with all of the people I know and see what happens. But like they all believe different things, and I value and respect every single person, because each one of them has something to offer that's unique. And even if somebody doesn't like truly believe in what they believe in, they like are passionate about what they believe in. And I think if you're passionate about what you believe in, I think that's all that matters. But you know what? Witches, like I said in the past video before, witches they didn't believe in like what was the main religion back then. They, you know, practiced certain things, and so of course they freaked out and so nowadays, which is cool, like there's so many varieties of people who have different beliefs. I mean, not all cultures are like that, of acceptance, you know? But majority of the people, I would like to think, are more acceptable today than they were back then. Lately, I've been like, if something doesn't make sense to me, sometimes it drives me crazy. I'm like, but why? Why does it have to be like that? Like that one place we walked through yesterday at that fort thing, when I felt the energy, I'm like, but why? Because usually, I mean, I feel certain things, but usually it doesn't bother me to where I want to try to figure out something.
Oh, you bolted out of there too. But you're just like...
That place was just... That one particular place was just awful. I mean, we like walked through the whole entire
and that was the only place.
The place we walked in, if you guys are wondering what we're talking about.
Yeah, I'll post video footage later. We walk through one doorway, and then we get into this other doorway, and it's like it just hits you. It's almost like the air is still. It's not moving. It's quiet, and it just really you feel quiet. Like anything's gonna like jump in front of you. Yeah. I mean, that was pretty intense.
It was. It was like really. It was uncomfortable quiet. I left right away.
Yeah,
Adam's like,
I just saw you going like, you were like, oh my gosh. And then I just remember seeing your face, and you walk behind me, and then I'm going to film more, and then I turn around and you're gone, and I'm like, where's Cyndy? Cyndy's gone.
I mean, it was not good at all.
I mean, everywhere else we walked was fun. And sure, maybe it was like dark and creepy, but it was fun. I didn't feel
it wasn't even okay, you know, like that room downstairs makes me feel uneasy. It wasn't even like that. It was like pure just not good. Like uneasy is, I think, different compared just to not good at all. I mean, it's
like you just know, and your gut feeling tells you to leave. And I felt that, but I was like, okay, let me just film it really quick, and then I'll leave. So that's what I did.
I wanted to know what was down there, but I was like, I'm not going back down there.
It was like, I think there was just moss growing on the floor, because I was like, because in the video I'm like, why does this feel, why is this soft? But I wanted to say, it's more like carpet, or like a moss, like you're walking on grass. That's what it felt like. And
was it decorated?
No.
I felt like that room was decorated.
Well, there was like wood shelving everywhere that was like falling apart.
Oh, okay.
So it was and it was wet and it was damp and it was cold.
That's crazy.
But there were old wood shelvings, like a table. I don't know if it was like a workshop. I don't know. Or if people just threw old wood in there. But it looked like there was some old shelving that had fallen apart. I mean, it looked like an abandoned house. Like, I'm surprised that wasn't like cleaned out, because if people can walk freely around there because it's a park and you can walk wherever you want. Basically.
Well, every single one of those places were cleaned out. It was just like concrete wall.
That was the first room I've ever seen that still had just stuff in it. Yeah, so that's what I thought was weird when we walked in there. I was like, why is the floor squishy and why is there stuff in it, and where did Cyndy go?
Because past lives, they might not exist, and I could have just had that crazy dream.
Yeah, or maybe you dreamt about a slave, an actual person, and maybe that person was showing you their life through your dreams.
Yeah. If you guys have any ideas on GMOs, put them down there, because I really need to write this paper about GMOs. Because my brain is so limited.
Right? Ugh, hate it. Hate school.
It's supposed to be 15 pages long about GMOs. Like, that's like a book. I'm going to write it and I'm going to sell it. Even if I get a C on it, I'll be like, I'm making money off this book.
You gotta make it last. You put a lot of work into that for what? 1 grade?
1 grade. I'm going to live for a long time. My lifeline right here says so. I'm going to live till 90. I'm going to kick the bucket when I'm 90. I'm going to drink gin and tonics, and I'm going to shoot people. Because I'm going to be a senile, like, crazy old lady, and it's going to be a good excuse to kill people.
Sitting on your front porch with your gin and tonic.
I literally don't want to kill people, but I just think it'd be cool to have a gun and drink gin and tonics on the swing. And be an old lady like that in the South.
Yeah.
Because the South, I love the South. Like, the houses in the South, like, the wraparound porch that are, like, covered. Oh, my gosh, I want a house like that so bad.
Didn't you live there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, for a short period of time. I like it, actually, there.
Is that where you want to end up someday?
No. Oregon. I love Oregon. I could, like,
Now you're in California. You little traitor.
I know.
Maybe someday you'll end up back up here.
It's like 4 months I've been in Cali now, so I have to go back and forth, but at least I'm like able to travel.
Yeah, it'd be hard if you were like literally stuck in California and you didn't have that option.
I will never be stuck.
Okay,
Is that it?
I think we talked your ears off.
Like always, because we're such talkers.
Yeah. Comment down below and let us know what your past life was.
And if you have any ideas about GMOs.
And GMOs. Help her out with her paper. GMOs.
I know.
Help.
Somebody wants to write some of my paper, I'll give them $20. No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright, so we'll talk to you guys later.
Alright, bye. Mwah.
Bye.